Guys, welcome back to Infinite Possibilities, the podcast where we explore the lives of amazing people, their choices, challenges and opportunities. And today I have a very special guest, Wei Lyn Ong. Yeah, thank you so much for being on the podcast, even though I know you're super nervous about it. Yeah. So Wei Lyn, what is your kind of 1-minute introduction? What do you do?
My name's Wei Lyn and I work in enterprise audit at KPMG.
Woohoo! And you became a senior analyst recently, so clap for the promotion. Yeah, so we really want to know how Wei Lyn got to where she is today, so we go right from the beginning. Wei Lyn, what kind of child were you like growing up?
Really quiet,
Still
just stayed at home.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm slightly more talkative than when I was a kid though.
Yeah. Were you really into like reading and like all the sort of quiet, alone activities?
Yeah, just watching TV, reading books. Not really much.
Yeah,
going.
Still into your K-dramas and C-dramas these days?
I haven't been watching those in quite a while, but I've been watching The Flash recently.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And sort of how did you fit in the school environment? So you were shy. Were you sporty? Were you popular? Were you academic maybe?
I'm probably more towards the academic
Wow,
side,
yes!
but
Make the
not,
Asian parents proud!
but not that,
Academic.
like not that smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, would you say that you quite enjoyed school?
It's alright. I look forward to going to school to meet friends. I used to go to lectures. In hopes of meeting new people. And then I go back home and then watch the lecture recording because I didn't pay much attention.
Oh, that's so cute. Aw. So was making friends hard for you growing up?
Not really. Just
Yeah,
like,
you have so many friends, Wei Lyn. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, just approach someone who's sitting alone and then be like, hey, my name is Wei Lyn, like what's yours? And then like just talk a little bit. But I probably don't have as much talking points until like I found out that maybe they have something similar to me, like maybe they're from the same country or like they like doing the same stuff as me. Then I'll be like, oh, what you reading recently or something like that.
Yeah. Aw, that's kind of cute. And then, so when did you move? So you were born and raised in Malaysia?
Yeah.
And then you came to Australia. So when did you move to Australia?
Towards the end of 2014.
Yeah. And you were like 14, right? So that was probably like grade like 8, 9-ish, 10. Yeah.
I came here for grade 10.
Grade 10.
So 2015.
Yeah, wow. And how was that move for you? Because, shy girl, made all those friends. Now you have to go and make a new set of friends in another country in another language.
Yeah, I was very nervous and really sad to leave my friends. But then I still go back every school holiday, every 2-week school holiday, I go back to Malaysia and meet them anyway. So it was alright. But like the first week in the high school at Australia was kind of daunting and I used to be one of the best ones in English back in Malaysia, and when I came here I was like, oh my god, this is so hard. Yeah.
Oh, damn. And then was it like a hard decision for you? Were you like begging your parents like, oh please, I have a friend in Malaysia, I top of the English in Malaysia, why you have to bring me to Australia?
Yeah, I begged throughout 2014. I'm like, do we need to go? At last I still came.
Yeah, and how was your English level at the very beginning when you came to Australia?
It's conversational, but not like highly proficient.
Yeah. Has it improved
almost the same level as now?
Yeah, because like when you first came, like I didn't think your English had any problem. I mean, you had a really cute accent. We cannot deny. The good la days.
Yes, I think I have removed that a bit.
Too cute. Nice. Do you have any sort of tips for like international students coming to Australia, especially when they come at quite like a young age when they're in high school?
I would say don't be afraid to speak up, ask questions, make new friends.
Yeah.
Look for someone.
Yeah. Someone please approach the little introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then let's chat about your hobbies at high school. Girls vocal ensemble, student council, and badminton. Is there any that you'd like to elaborate on? Yeah, we
probably vocals ensemble. I did it because one of my friends is interested in doing it. So I'm like, oh, why not? Like, I like singing, but it's like in a group and not like solo. So it's like your voice is kind of like masked with the crowd.
Yeah, and were you one of like, there were like those different levels of singing in terms of pitch. Were you one of those really?
I was the second one, second soprano, I think. Can't really remember.
Bad. We'll ask you to do a performance next time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, what kind of songs did you sing in the girls' vocal ensemble, if you remember? Were they like the classic Australian fare, or don't remember?
I can't remember the names, but I think they're like old songs. Like I think one of the tune it goes like da 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 da. Yeah, but I can't remember the name.
Tricky. If anyone can figure out what it is, please let us know. We'll be waiting your reply. Yeah, and then badminton, did you already do that in Malaysia? So you just transfer your skill set?
No. I did do badminton in Malaysia, and back in primary school, like it's compulsory to do extracurricular activities, and then so I did wanted to do badminton then as well, but then like you get to choose like 3 options, and then depending on the popularity of the game, then they'll allocate you to whatever. So badminton was my first choice, and then second was table tennis, and those 2 are the most popular
Asian sports
in our school as well. And then so the third one was chess, and then in the end I got into chess club. So but I barely did any chess. Like I probably did my homework there instead of chess.
That's so sad. And this is back in Malaysia.
Yeah, and then so like my badminton skills is not that great. And when I came here, I'm like, oh my god, all these people are too good.
Aww, that's so cute. But yeah, badminton's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so. A little bit of exercise.
Yeah, and what did you choose for like a second language at high school? Did you choose Chinese?
Back in Malaysia or here?
Back in here.
Here. I didn't do any extra language in high school, but I did like the Saturday Chinese school.
Oh, too good. We're going to talk about that strong, proficient Chinese ability later. Yeah. And then so like after you sort of graduated high school and you're sort of thinking about the future, what was kind of running through your mind / what did your parents want you to do?
My parents don't really have much. Like they will just support me, and like also like my choice was like when I did accounting in year 10 high school here, I was like something like that. I was like, oh, it's quite interesting, and I was like, maybe I want to do that. And everyone says like accountants are like hard to run out of jobs. It's like a doctor, like a hospital needs an accountant, a police department, police needs
accounting for all businesses.
Yeah, exactly. So like I can find job anywhere. So I was like, oh, why not try accounting? And then I'm like,
yeah. And then you told your parents, and they're like, that's my girl. I didn't even need to tell you. Yeah. So I guess it became pretty obvious to study at UQ, doing commerce, majoring in accounting.
Yeah.
Did you have like a second backup if you didn't maybe get into accounting or didn't like it, etc.?
It was either accounting or like finance. I was kind of not really finance. I took some finance subjects back in uni, and I think I prefer accounting.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any particular reason?
No, it's just a feeling.
Wow, it's a feeling.
Yeah, I think my brain maybe is more in tune with accounting, probably. I understand it a bit better.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So what did you say, accounting was your first choice and the second one was, I missed it?
I think it was like hotel tourism.
Because I was
different. Like, I was like interested.
The badminton and chess. So different.
Yeah, I was like interested in like hotel management, so I was like, oh, maybe Maybe I could try that.
And hotels need accountants, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. And then tell me more about your extracurriculars at UQ. UQ volunteering, UQ Bell Buddy, UQ Malaysian Students Association. Yeah. What kind of UQ volunteering did you do? I know it's just like, small tidbits there and whatnot,
Yeah.
but some people, they might be like, UQ volunteering, what's that?
So it's like, there's like a bunch of student activities throughout the year at UQ, and then you just, like, I think like during orientation week, you'll see people handing out free UQ t-shirts.
Yes,
I'm one
me.
of those people.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there's like other events and stuff where like you need to set up the place and all those.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty fun. And that's how you kind of make friends.
Yeah, I did make some other friends as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you make most of your friends like through classes or through volunteering, would you say?
I think classes mainly.
Classes.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause,
Going
like-
to those lectures and not listening. Yes.
Yeah.
Hot tip for you guys.
Yeah, because I met one person first in one of the lectures, and then after that we went to a student society, and then we met again, and then we were like, oh, maybe we can like form a group, because we had like a group project from there. And then after that, that person brought another friend which I know from there, and then after that we expand, and that other person introduced me to another friend, and then it just goes tung, 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 tung. And then
that's so true.
yeah, that's how I know my friends.
Yeah, I think you just have to get like one or two friends, and the
Yeah.
rest it just
It
becomes
would
like a
just
friend of a friend of a
expand.
friend. Yeah, so go to lectures, don't listen, make your first friend, then consolidate your friendship through other extracurricular activities at UQ. Sounds like a formula. Pretty good. Cool. And for the handing out the free UQ shirts, did you see like the same person coming back and trying to grab two?
Yes.
Yeah. And how did you catch them out? Like, surely like so many faces, like...
Oh, they don't really care actually. Like I have 7.
Nice! We should
Yeah.
do a UQ shirt walkway, runway next time.
Yeah.
Wow, we're gonna have to compare UQ merch after this.
They have a lot of UQ shirts. They just like give out. Like they used to like where you have to use your student card and then you tap it. But then after that you try and tap it once more, and it actually
Works.
It doesn't stop you or anything. Like
That's a hack. Oh, that's kind of cool. And tell me more about the fundraising volunteer for DMOC's children's charities.
That one was a volunteering activity like for Christmas gift wrapping. So that was like back in like the first 2 weeks of December, and like I had nothing to do, so I just asked one of my friends like, do you want to do this? And then we just went and wrapped presents.
Was it just for like a day?
Like you can apply for like a few days, like just tell them which days you would want to volunteer, and then they'll, depending on whether they need people on that day or not, then they'll let you know.
Yeah, that's so much fun. Was it like in a shopping center, yeah?
No, it's just in
the bookstore.
Yeah, the bookstore, like right at the exit. People just like give a gold coin donation, and then you just wrap presents for them. And my wrapping skills is not that great, but I think it got a little bit better.
Whoa, so humble. You can wrap all my gifts. Yeah, and then also tell me about the volunteering at the MASCA, Musca, Queensland.
I did that because I was part of the Malaysian UQMSA, UQ Malaysia Student Association, and then so like they collaborate with Musca, and then like there's like the event where every year at King George Square there's the Malaysian event. There's also like for other places like India and Singapore,
so it's very
and all
multicultural.
those. Yeah, but not at the same day, but it's like throughout the year you'll see like cultural events happening at King George Square, and one of them is for the Malaysian ones. And then I just went there and volunteer, and like we had like a bunch of Malaysian traditional games, and then we just like have to explain to people what what the game is about, how do you play it,
Oh, that's so much
and
fun.
then introduced to Australia.
Yeah, and it's free, right?
Yeah.
So we love it.
And there's like Malaysian food there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum! And free?
No.
Oh, so sad, so sad. Put in a good word for them for me. Yeah, okay, cool. Now we're going to also talk about the certificates you've gotten. HSK Level 5 Chinese. So like, would you say like is Malay like your first language, Mandarin your second, or what's the order?
I don't think that I really have like a first language, because like in Malaysia, right? No, in Malaysia we tend to like mix our language, so
Yeah.
we call that rojak language, because rojak is like a type of food and it's like mixed with a bunch of sauce and everything, and that's why
Will you cook for me?
I can't cook. Yeah, so like you'll notice like a lot of people in Malaysia, they tend to mix like Mandarin, English, and Malay in one sentence, and then you'll be like, what is going on?
Oh, delicious.
And that is why we don't have like I don't have a first language, but I would say English is the one that I'm most comfortable with, because I speak English at home with the occasional other language interjection.
Yeah, wow. And that was your life like back in Malay as well? You spoke English at home?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And then if you really have to do like a scissors, paper, rock with Malay and Chinese, which one comes next?
You just scissors, paper, rock, and just say it in the same language. But
No. As in like if so we'll just roughly say, you know, English is your first language. And then in terms of yeah, don't worry. We can play scissors, paper, rock later.
I would say maybe Malay. I used to take part in a competition back in primary school with like my other team members to represent the school for a Malay competition.
Yeah. Wow.
We did not get in the top 10.
And was that because of you?
What?
Oh no, kidding. Nice. So that for your third language, HSK Level 5 Chinese, pretty strong. Yeah. Did you?
alright.
Yeah. Did you do this to add points for the OP back
Yes.
then? Yeah. Yeah. And how was it? Was it did you have to do like a lot of studying to get up to that level, or you were already had that good base, so blitz?
I didn't study that hard, but I also did not get that great of a mark, because all you need to do is
pass.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, too good, too good. And tell me about the piano. So grade 8 piano. Not bad.
Yeah. I've been learning the piano since I was 5.
Wow.
So, but then like before that, I've never taken any exams at all until I was 13 years old. Only that was when I first took the exam, and like apparently you don't need to take like grade 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in all. Like you just need to like jump up to like grade 4, so you can just take the exam from grade 4 and then 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think I started taking the exam for grade 4 or whatever I wrote.
Grade 2, grade 7, and grade 8.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And like, was like piano something that you put your hand up for? Like, oh, mommy, I want to learn piano. Like,
I don't think so. I think my parents just thought it's good to learn an instrument, and then I just went there. And then sometimes I'm like really lazy to practice, but then as I grew older, then I was like, I'm so glad that I learned piano, because like it's like one of a skill, right?
Yeah, it is.
And then but then sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm so lazy to practice again. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, thank goodness I learned that again.
Yeah, especially during COVID, right? Like,
nothing to do. Play some sorrowful music.
Yeah. And so would you say that like throughout your, I guess, life, you have been constantly like playing piano semi-regularly, or was there a period where, you know, you and piano had a breakup?
I haven't been playing the piano in quite a while already. Like I think ever since I passed the grade 8 exams, then I'm like, throughout my knowledge.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, occasionally, like, you know how like when you watch shows or
Yeah.
movies, then
Yeah.
you
Anime
hear,
music's so good.
yeah, you hear like a music that you like, then you just like search up for the music sheet, and then you can like learn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow, so talented.
Yeah, but that like takes practice, and I do not have patience for practice again.
Yeah.
So it will just be like a simple melody, and that's it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite piano song?
I used to like to play this song called Wedding Dress, and it's by this K-pop idol called Taeyang.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Mhm.
Oh, sounds beautiful. Yeah, and would you say that like a lot of people like some people that do grades, they feel like, oh, you know, piano becomes a chore, but some people like before going into grade, like they didn't do grades and they love piano much more. So do you know like if your passion started to dip at 13 when you started doing grades, or was it just as strong? Were you like, have you ever been like super passionate about piano in your lifetime?
I wouldn't really say that I was passionate then, but back then when I was like having the exams and all those, I just have to like practice every day at least 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then I don't really feel a strong dislike towards it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I have to take out this 1 extra
Yeah.
hour just to do this.
Only
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
hours in a day. 1
Yeah.
hour is a lot.
Yeah, but like at the start when it's like when I first learned the music, then it feels kind of like, oh, it's so hard to play, and like I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
But then as you practice more and more, and then you get better at it, then I'm like, oh, I'm so good.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
right?
Then it gets more enjoyable when I could play it better.
It's so good. It's kind of like making your first friend, right? The first one is hard, so hard, and then later it just become more and more smooth once you get the melody.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Cool. And so awesome now that you know you're working at KPMG, but we want to go from the humble beginnings of those internships. So, you know, as a student, when did you sort of, you know, because you did 3-year degree, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when did you start like looking towards internships and what was your kind of thoughts and feelings? Because I know you're super shy. Yeah.
So back then in like uni, I was like all about studying and then going out, have fun with friends, and then like I didn't really think much about like applying to internships then until like when I was in my 3rd year, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm graduating and I didn't have any work experience. Like, what am I gonna do? And like no one's hiring me.
Yeah.
And then so like that's when like I tried to apply to a bunch of jobs, but like it's kind of hard to get an interview or a call from the employer if you don't have any work experience, right? Then I was just like looking for any internship experience, but then a lot of the places are like vacationers, you need to be in your penultimate year. So like I was in my 3rd year, in my last year, I can't apply to those anymore. And like I even tried applying and they immediately rejected. They're like, oh, you're not in your penultimate year, you can't apply to it. So yeah, so I just like try to look for all the jobs on Seek, Indeed, Jora, LinkedIn, the accounting websites, look at the websites. And then I found like I found this place for an internship opportunity, and it was just 3 minutes walk from my old apartment. Yeah, so I just like, I applied, and then they said, oh, you can come in if you like. And then I went to interview and then managed to get it. And then after that, it was slightly easier to get a call from employers for graduate roles.
Yeah. Damn. And how much, like, in the beginning, how many, like, internships do you think you applied for? Like, you said you went through all those websites, and I was like, wow.
I think internships not as much because they weren't hiring that much then, right? Yeah, so I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 internships only, but grad roles is probably like 12, 15 maybe. Maybe
actually,
more, 20, I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and then tell me about your next internship. After that one, so you got the first one and then...
Oh, so it was for YJPA, my first internship.
Yeah.
And then that one, I just did the accounting, like I interned under the accountant. Their companies like real estate kind, and then I just intern under the accountant, so I don't really do anything for the company, just follow whatever my mentor says and then learn from her how to do zero and stuff like that.
Ah, hence the zero certification. Not bad. So, were you paid?
Oh no, because it's like a work experience, so you get like experience.
First internship, unpaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty good because a lot of people, they want to get a job and they're like, oh, people should be paying me. But usually you go for the unpaid role and that's how you get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then what happened after that? Was it straight to KPMG?
So during my internship, my accounting internship, I was still like looking for grad roles, and that time I haven't like got any offer yet. So I also like look for like part-time jobs like in food and beverages, those kind of stuff. But they also need experience, and I'm like,
oh my gosh,
I also have no experience for this.
Yeah.
And then, but I ultimately got to work at a sushi place, and then they were willing to hire me despite my lack of experience, and then I got to make a lot of close friends there too.
Oh, that's so cute. And did you get sick of sushi after that?
No, I like their teriyaki tofu. So yeah, I'm more into the cooked one rather than their sushi.
Ah, that's quite interesting.
But my parents are probably sick of sushi.
Yeah. And then what happened next?
After that, like I got an offer, and then but the offer was for the following year to start. So that time it was back in like May, June, and then I sent an email asking whether can I start early in July or not. Do you guys have like a semester 2 intake, or do I need to wait until like when it starts in February the following year? Because that's the grad role that I applied for like February 2022. And then so they didn't reply to me. That's why I did all the other part-time jobs and everything. And then finally, 1 week after my part-time job, they replied to me saying that, oh, you can come in July if you like. And I was like, oh,
so
great.
happy.
Yeah, so I just, I worked for like about 1.5 months at the sushi place, and then I moved to KPMG.
Oh, wow, it seems so like awesome and random, like the transition into KPMG. It was just like, jobless, no job, so hard to find job, no one, not even sushi place want to take me.
Yeah, but back then when like my graduation period until like jobless period, that's 6 months-ish, I got to do lots of other stuff as well, including finally getting my driving license, because before that I didn't learn how to drive at all. I just had the L license the whole time, and it's about to expire in 6 months, and I'm like, I need to learn. So I was like quickly learn and
that's
got my license.
And then what else did you do in your 6 months? Was it a fun 6 months, or was it kind of like a grey cloud hanging over your head, like I need to get a job?
It's a grey cloud hanging, because it's like, like I can't get a job, and then like nothing's working out, and I'm already graduating. Like, do I need to go back and study another degree to be able to get like an internship or something?
Did you pick up any other hobbies?
No, just going out a lot, eating a lot with my friends.
And then what do you think like helped you like get into KPMG? Because amazing.
I would say probably maybe my accounting internship that helped with my resume, and just
good grades. Say it. Just say it.
No, just I guess be yourself when you answer the interview questions, and be like authentic, I guess.
So
like,
wholesome.
Something like that. Because I thought that I wouldn't get it, because I did the case study thing, and I was really bad at it. Like there was like 8 people, I think. That's a lot of people in one group, and we have to like talk about a point each person. And I'm like, I have no points to talk about because everyone already said something. So I was like, can I do the intro and conclusion? And all I did was the intro and conclusion, and I thought, I'm like, no way am I going to get this job already.
Best intro and conclusion. How does it go?
remember.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I guess you're like a pretty good team player.
I guess.
Yeah. Don't worry, we can ask KPMG if they
No.
made a mistake. No kidding. Yeah. Nah. So tell me more about your job, KPMG Enterprise Audit. Yeah. So what do you do, and pros and cons of the job?
We audit financials and like tell the clients whether is there anything they can improve on, any control deficiencies, and then make sure the financial statements is reasonably reliable for people who wants to read it. Those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then so
And then pros and
Yeah.
cons. Pros, I guess you get to have a wide variety of experience because you're not just like working on one company, right? You're auditing like retail, then maybe the next month you're auditing a repair company or food and beverage company. It's like
delicious.
so different. So like you get to learn
Sushi,
lots of
sushi.
stuff and then and get experience for like in the future.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, and it's interesting to know that KPMG Enterprise is like doing small to medium businesses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's why you have like quite short projects,
Yes.
like a month or 2 months, whereas
Yeah.
like ARC or whatever,
Yeah.
auditors would probably have like quite long projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you like the enterprise, like the small kind of tight knit kind of?
Yeah, I would say my favorite thing about enterprise is the people in there. Yeah.
Aw, that's so wholesome.
Oh.
Cons of the job.
Cons of the job. I would say that because it's like quite cyclical, the
Yeah.
job. So it's like 2 months where you'll be like super busy, and then 2 months where you have barely any work, and then 2 months you'll be super busy again. So it's like, if only like you could like spread out your work throughout, and every day it will just be like 8:30 to 5 o'clock on time, then it will be like nicer than doing the 2 months of stressful and 2 months of stressful because you're not hitting your utilization.
Yeah, that's true. Always keeps you on your toes. Yeah. And do you know what kind of person would like your work?
What do you mean?
As in, like, if someone was like, will I like it? Like, how would you describe the person who is kind of suited to this kind of role?
Someone who's likes to investigate things and perseverance, like people who's like they'll like just keep asking the client to get the answer that they need to complete the task, and someone
Lots
who's
of
like
follow-up emails.
oh yes, and like meticulous, I guess. Like sometimes you need to catch those tiny stuff, you might not catch it, and then I think that might be it. I can't remember.
No, that's pretty good. And what's it like doing a CA alongside working?
It is quite hard to try to discipline myself to get home and then study like an hour or two every night. Yeah, so I tend to do it. I also cram, but I tend to do it like the weekend instead of like the night of every weekday.
So no more going out for Wei Lyn?
I do still go out, but I'll be like, maybe like 3-4 hours on the weekend to do it. Yeah.
Aww. That's cool. And then since we're near at the end of the podcast, got the deep questions. Wei Lyn Ong, what's the meaning of life?
Life.
For you.
Have fun, enjoy.
She said it, guys. Sounds good.
Make lots of friends.
There we go. Nice. And let's chat about how you're so positive. You know, always seem super happy and bubbly.
But I'm just positive like outside. Am I going to pull a gloomy face everywhere I go?
True. Is it also inside, or inside you're like, but outside you're like, ding ding?
No, I think like when I'm feeling sad and all, then it'll show, but I can't be happy all the time, right?
Yeah, so this is actual real happiness right now. Yeah.
Because I'm with you, Karen.
Oh, so cute. So Wei Lyn, if you won the lottery tomorrow and finances were not a concern, what would you do differently about your life? Bling bling.
Since I was a 6-year-old kid,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a model.
Yeah. That's
But
so
it's
fun.
it's like sacrificing McDonald's and KFC.
Oh!
And I'm like, can
I mean,
do
you're
that?
pretty slim, so I can put a good recommendation.
And like you need to be like really tall as well.
Yeah, not too bad. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's also really tiring being a model.
Yeah.
Pose for like that same for like 30 minutes. Hold that smile.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then you probably be like painful. If
Yeah, all those cheek muscles, lifting every day.
Yeah.
Nice. And the final question is, what is an ideal day in the life for you? It can be work related, it can be non-work related, etc.
Ideal day probably will be like hanging out with my friends, going for brunch, then
Nice.
maybe karaoke, and then
Nice.
like shopping, and then dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like
Very
hanging out the
tiring.
whole day.
Yeah, like until 6 o'clock or 7. It's not
So
fully
good.
24 hours.
Wow, for an introvert, not bad, not bad.
Just with my closer friends.
Yeah.
Like with my closer friends, they'll notice that I'm really talkative and
You are. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, and then since we're pretty much at the end of the podcast, what's your podcast experience? Because you were sort of like sweating palms right before. You were so nervous. You're like this and that. Like need to drink more water. Drink. Oh, still need some more water. So how was the expectation versus reality?
I think it's quite fun and relaxed because I know you and
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, so it feels like I'm having a conversation with you over lunch or something.
Yes, with
like
no
that.
lunch.
with no lunch, minus the lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to like if someone else interview me, like if I go for a job interview, I'll be sweating palms the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. See, I told you it was chill. Just Wei Lyn never believed me. Yeah. Okay, anyways, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.